Our story begins much like in the Tales of the Jedi. In the dim and rust-stained shadows of Coruscant's industrial works, Count Dooku meets with Darth Sidious. The distant hum of machinery echoes through the chamber, steam hisses from cracked vents, and the smell of oil and metal fills the air. Sidious' voice is sharp, almost mocking, as he talks about the death of Qui-Gon Jinn at the hands of Darth Maul. Dooku doesn't respond at first. His eyes are fixed on the floor, his hands folded behind his back. When he finally speaks, his voice is heavy and slow. So many have died because of me. I thought I was saving the Republic, but I have betrayed everything I once stood for. From the shadows behind him, another voice interrupts. It's not too late, my old friend. Master Yaddle steps forward. She's calm, but her eyes lock firmly on Dooku. She tells him she was close to Qui-Gon, that Qui-Gon loved him like a father, and that he would never have approved of Dooku serving the master of his killer. Dooku says nothing, but his eyes and his face show cracks forming in his conviction. Then Yaddle tells him something that strikes deeper than anything Sidious has ever said. I left the Jedi Council because I believed you. I believed your warnings about corruption in the Senate. I gave up my seat because I thought you were right, but I never thought you would serve this. She nods towards Sidious. And I will stand with you now, just as Qui-Gon once did. Sidious doesn't let that moment breathe. He steps forward and unleashes a sudden torrent of Force lightning. The bolts slam into Yaddle, sending her onto the ground in pain. Dooku steps forward, but Sidious' voice cuts off. Feeble and unloyal. That word, unloyal, hardens Dooku's face. Unloyal? I have betrayed everything. I have betrayed myself, and you had my Qui-Gon killed. You call me unloyal? Let me show you unloyalty, Master. With a sudden shove of the Force, Dooku sends Sidious staggering backwards and ignites his blue lightsaber. Yaddle struggles to her feet, wincing but ready to fight. Together they stand side by side against the Dark Lord of the Sith. Sidious ignites his crimson blade. His movements are lightning fast, switching from brutal overhead strikes to precise counters. Dooku meets each blow with calm precision, using the tight, controlled style of Makashi to match Sidious's speed. Yaddle joins in, pressing the attack from the flank, but Sidious's speed and mastery are overwhelming. He sidesteps her and slashes across her leg, forcing her down again. Dooku knows they cannot win here. He uses the Force to tear open the hangar door, flooding the room with harsh sunlight. Sidious turns his head against the glare, and in that moment, Dooku grabs Yaddle, leaping towards their ship. As they board, Sidious' voice follows them. This changes nothing. The ship roars towards the temple. On the flight, Dooku sits across from Yaddle. His voice is low. It's my fault. I let him down. I should have warned him, helped him. Yaddle doesn't soften her tone. It's not too late. I've already called for a full council meeting. When they arrive at the temple, healers rush Yaddle to the medbay. Dooku walks alone to the council chamber. The doors open to reveal the High Council assembled there in silence. Yaddle arrives minutes later, limping but standing tall. She speaks first, explaining how she tracked Dooku and uncovered Sidious's plot. Then she steps back. All eyes turn to Dooku. He tells them that his original goal was to save the Republic from corruption, but Sidious twisted his cause into one of control. He admits to ordering Sifo-Dyas' death and then delivers the truth that shakes the chamber. The Dark Lord of the Sith is Chancellor Palpatine, and he has influence over hundreds of senators. He turns to Yoda. Master, you know my hatred for corruption in the Senate. I believed in my cause until Master Yaddle reminded me of Qui-Gon and the ideals we both swore to protect. Then he delivers a second revelation. Kamino's cloning program and inhibitor chips embedded in every soldier. If Palpatine reaches Kamino first, the Jedi will be wiped out. The Council reacts in shock. Mace Windu steps forward. Dooku did the right thing today. That doesn't erase what he's done, but it changes everything. The decision is made. Yoda, Windu, Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin, Agen Kolar, and Dooku will move immediately to confront Sidious. But Sidious moves first. Through a holodroid in the Senate chamber, he tells the entire body that the Jedi have turned against the Republic and tried to assassinate him. He declares them traitors and says he is leaving to secure an army to defend democracy and the Republic. The chamber erupts. Some senators demand the Jedi's arrest. Others try to defend them, but are shouted down. The Jedi track Sidious to a hangar, but when they arrive, it's empty. Dooku stops and speaks in a low voice. Kamino is going to take control of the clones. If we don't get there now, the Jedi will be wiped out. When they reach Tipoca City, the storm is savage. Rain lashes the landing platform. Lightning turns the sky white. Sidious stands in the center, flanked by 2 full squads of ARC troopers. Mace Windu steps forward. In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest. Sidious smiles. I am the Senate. Not yet, Windu says. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? The Sith control everything, Windu says. Not for long. Sidious ignites his crimson lightsaber. Lightning arcs from his free hand. The clones open fire. Plo Koon's saber deflects bolts back to the ranks. Kit Fisto cuts down 2 troopers before they can reload. Saesee Tiin and Agen Kolar push forward on the left flank. Yoda closes on Sidious, his green blade battling away the lightning. Dooku moves in on the other side. His strikes are sharp and relentless. Windu cuts through the last line of clones and joins the fight. Sidious is vicious, flipping, stabbing and hurling debris with the Force. He kills Agen Kolar in a single slash and then blasts Saesee Tiin off the platform into the ocean. But the Jedi don't break. They keep pressing him, forcing him back toward the edge. Windu crushes his chest plate with a Force shove. Dooku cuts his saber hand. Yoda wrenches the weapon away. Sidious drops to his knees. The Jedi were too powerful. They all shackle around his wrists. Back inside, Dooku tells the Kaminoan Prime Minister to close the cloning program and send any soldiers to the Republic until the Jedi resolve the crisis. The Prime Minister hesitates, but before he can agree, Mas Amidala appears via holo. By order of the Chancellor, under contractual obligation, the clones are to be deployed immediately. The Chancellor complies, ignoring protests from Nala Se. Nala Se reveals the truth about the inhibitor chips, calling them inhumane. Windu's voice is hard. Control, you mean slavery. The Jedi don't fight beside slaves. The Council orders the chips removed from every clone who will submit to the procedure. With Sidious in custody, the Senate demands his release. Yoda refuses. Too dangerous to hand to the Senate he is. Escape he would. Again strike he will. The Senate brands the Jedi as enemy of the Republic and authorizes an attack on the temple. At dawn, gunships fly over Coruscant. Clones storm the temple steps. Heavy cannons pound the walls. Inside, Jedi rush to defend positions. They're after the Chancellor, Windu shouts. Hold them here. Without the chips, some clones hesitate to fire. Others follow orders without question. The battle is fierce. Yoda hurls gunships off the steps. Dooku's blade carves through squads with precision. Plo Koon and Kit Fisto defend the hangars. But a Republic strike team still slips into the holding level and frees Palpatine. He walks out calmly, straightening his robes, flanked by clones. The third wave smashes into the temple. Yoda is forced to order to evacuate. The last transports lift off under fire. Dooku is last aboard. Behind him, the temple is burning. The Jedi are now fugitives. The war they tried to stop has begun.